Do you ever wish you still had your first car? Some hated their first car, while others will always remember it for the rest of their life, wishing they still had it. Well, I still have mine. I thought about selling it a couple times, but never went through with it. Looking back, I'm very glad I held on to it. My Escort ZX2 has been with me since I was 14, and I just can't get myself to get rid of it. It's not that I think it's a badass car. I know it's just an Escort, but to me, it's a car that I would much rather keep forever because of all the memories I've had with it. No matter what cars I buy, the people I grew up with will always remember me for driving this car. And that makes it special to me. Even though I've had many other cars, this one always stuck with me.
What's going on, guys? So today I am in a car I really haven't shown that much on this channel. This is my 2002 Ford Escort ZX2, and it's my first car that I've had for nearly 22 years now. So this car has been kind of lurking in the background in other videos, and I've got comments about it. So I thought it would be kind of cool to talk about it a little bit. So if you follow Gears and Gasoline's YouTube channel, Ben just released a video on his blue ZX2 that he owns and was his first car, and I think he's had it like 17 or 18 years. So I got you beat on that one, buddy. But watching those videos kind of gave me some inspiration. I've shown all my other cars, my Mustang, the Explorer ST, the Marauder, the Eagle Talon, but I've never talked about this car other than just it kind of just being in the background of videos like I said previously. So this was my aunt's car. She bought it brand new in late 2001 or 2002. She lived in St. Louis, Missouri. She ended up passing away, and without me knowing, this car was left to me in the will. When I got there, I had no idea what it was. So then I see Escort. I'm like, okay, it's an Escort, cool. You know, really clean. I mean, it was only like 2 years old. I think it had like 18,000 miles on it. Now it's got an SR cluster in it, so it's wrong, but I think it has about 120,000 miles on it now. But this car has been great, man. This has been probably the most reliable car I owned once I got the auto out of it and swapped it to a manual. I did that about 15 years ago, and I never really wanted anything out of it other than just to drive and be a daily, and it's been great for that. So I've kept this car this long because, I mean, for one, let's be honest, it's not really worth much. It's an Escort, but also because it's just, you know, it's my aunt's car, and then just the nostalgia of it. Like, it just represents the early 2000s, you know, late 90s, and it's really nostalgic to me, and a lot of other people have said that too, and it's a cool story to tell whenever you go to a car meet or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I had my first car. And you hear other people say like, damn, I wish I had my first car still, you know, and it's just cool. It's a cool conversation starter. To be honest with you, this car gets way more attention than my Mustang does. Because I mean, let's be real, I love my Mustang to death. Like, it's what I've always wanted, and I'm very happy with it, but it's just another S197, and you know, there's nothing too crazy about it. You know, S197 with the Paxton, it's a pretty common thing. Most people, when they talk to me about it, they're just blown away at how clean it is. And I mean, it is clean. I've taken care of it, but you know, you get up to it, you can see some imperfections, of course. I mean, it's 20 something years old, nearly 25 years old. But I think people are just blown away by that. And I mean, these cars were beaters, you know, they were made just to drive every day and run into the ground. And to see one that's not beat up and that's still on the road is pretty impressive to me and many other people that talk to me about it. But if you follow my channel, you know I'm a sucker for all kinds of cars, but mostly these 90s, 2000s nostalgic kind of vehicles, you know. And I'm not necessarily saying that a Escort is nostalgic. It's just cool to see one alive, and it has a lot of really cool parts from that era, like for instance the Wings West lip kit. You know, that was a big, if you were into the tuner scene back in the day, that was a big brand. The only thing I don't have from that kit is the Evo, like shark wing, whatever they call it. I'm not into wings, so I didn't want that.
Now, this car does have the Wings West lip kit, like I mentioned before. It's just super nostalgic to me. It's one of those 90s, 2000s brands that if you know, you know. Recently we did coilovers, D2 coilovers all the way around with energy suspension bushings. That was about maybe 3 or 4 months ago. The old drop springs and drop struts were pretty tired, so we went ahead and did that. And I mean, it sits perfect. Not too low, not too high. It rides great. So on the interior, it's got ZX2 SR seats. These were actually given to me by Corbin. He's an old school ZX2 guy. He lives local to me. He texted me one day years ago and was like, hey, do you want these before I toss them? So hell yeah, I'll take them. So got these in there. They're really good condition. And then this was actually kind of a joke I ordered recently. I thought it was funny, but it's a armrest. That's a very rare option. And overall, I mean, the interior is pretty clean. The steering wheel's kind of chewed up, just, you know, age. So I just got to cover the SR cluster. I put that in years ago with the ECU, and it's just a cool touch. It goes to 150 on the speedometer, and just the silver plating in the back and the red needles. It's just a cool touch over factory. But overall, it's in really good condition. Just want to get the windows retinted. They're kind of showing age. So under the hood, it has the Iceman intake, another OG old school brand, if you know. Then it has like a 4.2-to-1 header, some eBay brand, I don't know. 98 trans, manual swapped, of course, like I said. And it has the M Factory LSD in it with the lightweight aluminum Fidanza flywheel and a center force clutch. Forgive me, I think it's like a stage 3. I hate saying stages because that's like Need for Speed Underground, but that's how they classify it as.
As far as performance, I mean, it's not slow, but it's not fast. It's just fun to get in and just beat on, you know? Like the Mustang, the Talon is fun to get in because, you know, they're pretty quick cars, but it's something about driving a slower car fast that's just fun. And if you know, you know. You know, you can just get in it and beat on it and not have to worry about anything, you know? So what makes this car a little peppier over a stock ZX2 is a combination of things. Kind of some things that I learned as I went without really knowing what I was doing. It just kind of happened. So it has a 1999 Escort ZX2 SR ECU in it. That is I think it's an NGP 0 or something code, whatever they call it. It was a really rare car. I believe they only made 110 of them. Well, I have a computer from one of those cars. And it just plugs right in, ready to go. And that was a pretty significant jump in power over a stock car. It just kind of woke it up. So my original transmission that I put on here when I did the manual swap years ago was from like a 2000 or a 2002 or something like that. So that transmission didn't last long. When I first started, I knew it was gonna have issues because it was clattery and it wasn't great. It lasted about 6 months. So then a parts car in the junkyard was a 98 and I didn't think anything of it. So I grabbed that transmission from it and I put it on, and it ended up being, when I took it for a spin, it ended up being like the gears are short. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I did some research, come to find out that the 98 Trans has like a first, second, shorter gear, and then for some reason a fifth gear, which I think is why they don't make it. They didn't continue that because going down the highway at like 70, yeah, you're about 32 to 3,500 RPM. So it's kind of like a GSR transmission, you know, a B16 transmission back in the day. I really don't dog this car anymore. I just cruise it. But like I said, it's fun to get in and just mess around. And it handles great. So the plans for this car in the future, I don't really know. I mean, I just kind of drive it and enjoy it. Of course, the Talon's turbo, the Mustang's supercharged. I had thought about maybe, I'm talking with my buddy Eddie from Turk Tune. He's been on the channel before, but I've been talking to him about maybe doing some sort of turbo setup for it. I don't want to make power. I don't care about making big power. If I can make 200 to 250, I'm good, and just cruise. You know, it'd just be cool to take it to like Radwood or Retrofest. Just pop the hood and it'd be turbo. You know, it's another cool conversation starter. Like, yeah, it's my first car, and it's nostalgic, and it's turbo. It's cool to see. So that's probably the goal later on. We'll see. I'm not committed to it. It's just kind of one of those things that I've talked about. I've always loved this car, and as I've gotten older, I'm glad I kept it and I didn't sell it, because I like it even more as I get older. I respect it more. And it seems like a lot of people I talk to, they really wish that they had their first car. And that's another reason why I keep it, because I don't want to be one of those people that are like, dang, I wish I had my first car. You know, it was cool. Like, I missed that car. So guys, tell me in the comments, what was your first car? Do you miss it? And if you could get it back, would you? I would really like to know. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Happy New Year. And we'll see you in the next video. I've got some great content coming this year and an update with the Talon as well. So we'll see you in the next video. Peace.